Hey everyone, thought I'd make a quick Bitcoin micro, analysis video, and basically wanted to do this yesterday, just had no time. It's going to be a very quick recap of Bitcoin and what we can expect after we just had this flush. Um, Now, if you guys are in the Discord with me, you are, unfortunately in my spot calls that are bleeding, but we hedged short yesterday. I took a hedge short that is, half. It's not 1 to 1 to my spot, but it's half to 1. So 0.5 to 1, meaning, for example, if I'm exposed to $10,000 in spot positions, my short is half of that. So, if we go down, I'm at least covered by a little bit. Now, going back to this price action here and what caused this dump, I briefly covered it in my Sunday video, but the main reason was, euphoria at the highs. We had Powell speak yesterday with the hawkish news, and the main indicator, or one of the reasons why I decided to short in the market and take a hedge, was I saw that spot price was heavily discounted compared to perps. That happened yesterday, and that was one of the reasons why I took it. You want Bitcoin spot price to be leading and have a premium compared to spot. That would signify that the rally is spot driven. People are actually buying, whereas this one it's perp driven. So everyone's longing and not really, no one's really buying, right? So it's basically spoofed in that sense, but it is a lagging indicator, and it started yesterday. Actually, it started a couple of days before. It stabilized, but started heavily yesterday. That was one of the reasons why I shorted. But the other reason why I shorted is because I saw a few factors. Now, let's talk about this here, and let's draw the trend line. Okay. Okay, so trend lines are subjective. You can draw them one of a few ways. The one I gave for my call or my short for the Discord was this here. Okay, I'm going to show this on the 4-hour. So for those that aren't in, I gave a short yesterday here once we had broken below this neckline. And I had a DCA there. So my average is around 101.6, and I'm looking for 87K to be honest. But this is one trend line that we lost. Okay, we lost it today. However, here's another trend line. Now, trend lines are subjective. You have to look for 3 points of touch. So here is the first one, right? The one that we lost. And then you can take this one here and draw something like that. Regardless of how you draw it, it's about to be lost. So it's a very important level to hold here, and we're going to be talking about ranges. But this price action looks pretty similar to what we had in this range back here, and I'll show you how or why. But looking at this, here is our range highs. Okay, anything above that was just a deviation. This is our range lows. And then what we have in between is our mid-range, somewhere around here-ish. Okay, so these are the 3 important levels that I am looking at. Well, 2 important levels that I'm looking at. We already lost the 100K level. The trend line is about to be lost. Okay, the reason why I took the short outside of the funding fees and Powell's hawkish stance is because we had a head and shoulders that we lost. Technical targets for the head and shoulders. Okay, was it the other important level? Again, lost that. We have fallen back below the range, so that's bearish. So if you are looking for shorts, this isn't where I would go because we are nearing a level of support. I would look for a bearish retest if we are able to hold this trend line, a bearish retest of the range highs, and if we reject and confirm that retest, okay, then you are looking for a short trigger. This is not going to be limits. This is going to be set with confirmation. Stop loss there, and you are looking for this here. All right. I expect this chop to take place for the next 3 to 4 weeks. We have holidays, volume is going to be very low. You could have, spikes to either side. So I'm personally, um, after this week ends, I'm taking time off from charts and Discord, and just going to be sitting patient. I'll have my spot buys that I'm in, just ride them, because I do think that we will get eventually that alt rally. It's not going to be that glorious alt season that everyone is looking for. Coins up already ran. The alt season has come and go multiple times. Coins are doing 50 to 60% in a single day. If your shit ain't pumping, you're holding garbage. All right. So looking at this rejection here, we also have a supply zone. So this is going to be a good area to short. You can take this two of ways. Is if we are able to reclaim this resistance again, I would cut my short if we flip it to support. But if we reject and close below, I'm taking that short. Otherwise, you could possibly set limits for this short here as well. This one's a bit riskier. I'm not going to be taking it. I'm already in a short. But we already bounced from where we had to. All right, it was a brief bounce. It didn't really do anything, but taking fibs from this swing low to this swing high here, we bounced perfectly from the golden pocket. It gave about like a almost two golden pockets here. It almost gave a 2K bounce, about a 2% move, but again, it retraced it completely, signifying weakness. And it most likely we go a little bit lower. So the next bounce point, in my opinion, is going to be this support that I had drawn and just recently deleted, okay, or this 92K. This 94.6 comes at the basically at the 786 fib, which is the second highest reversal point for me after the golden pocket. But looking at this does not look well. All right. Bitcoin dominance is increasing as well. Okay. If Bitcoin dominance, well, first of all, look at this. Bitcoin dominance has reclaimed the trend line. All right. With dominance going up, Bitcoin price going down, alts are taking a huge beating. And until this, this would be the area for us to reject. If we go above this, then we have broken structure, because that would be right now. If we reject from here, we can make a lower high. But if we reclaim this most likely goes higher. Alts are going to be in a world of pain for at least a little bit. All right. Good buying opportunities if you think the market is going to go higher in the coming months. But if you don't want to overexpose yourself and keep cash on hand, this is where you sit patiently. All right. Now, back to Bitcoin here. These both the same charts. Back to Bitcoin. All right. This price action looks very similar to what we had back in that 7-month consolidation. All right. You had your range highs. You had your range lows. Okay, which eventually broke down, and then new range lows formed around here. Okay. This became your mid-range. But look here. You had the break above. So here's the break above, right? Rejection, rejection, back down to range lows, right? Deviation, rejection, rejection, range lows bounce. Then new range lows formed, and then we just played that way, right? Same thing here. You had the break above, back below. You had a deviation, right? Back below the range. Trend line is still currently holding, but I expect this consolidation to take, like I said, to mid-January to February. This could take some time. Now, I will throw the word out there again, and I'm not going to be emotional like most of some of the people, that cry when they hear the word top. But if this range low is lost, and this has to take some time to consolidate. I'm not talking about it now because it's going to be much lower. But if we consolidate for about a couple of months, all right, I'm going to draw this trend line first. Okay, if we consolidate for a couple of months, let's say through, again, my I've said this before, I think that the cycle top or the cycle ends, sometime in anywhere between March through June. So this lines perfectly. But let's say we consolidate here for 5 to 6 months, just like we did here. That range low level comes around here, right? If we lose this range low level, I'm inclined to say, granted, we don't make any, a higher price in Bitcoin. Let's just say we consolidate. If we lose, I'm inclined to say this is the top, right? Again, I'm not emotional. I don't, hide behind teachers when there's a bully, right? I will tell you facts straight up. I expect consolidation, but if we lose 85K in the coming months, anywhere between March, whatever, then this is the cycle top. Otherwise, my top targets for the cycle is around 120 to 130K. I don't give a fuck about, a pro crypto cabinet, cheese crust looking Trump, whatever. I don't care. I trade the charts. I don't trade fundamentals. And that's what I'm looking for. So looking at this currently, again, we're still holding the trend line based on this extended trend line. If we can get a push, like right now, everything looks disgusting. The daily looks disgusting, right? But if we get a push to 100K-ish, or what is this? Yeah, about 100K-ish, and we reject, that's where you look for shorts. You do not open up shorts here. We are getting near to support. If anything, you will long at mid-range levels, looking something like this. Okay, now this one you have to take with a little bit of caution, because we could easily sweep and have a liquidation candle, take this out, and then hold it. So this one is a little bit more riskier, but if we get the range low levels, then I am for sure longing and playing the range until broken. Okay. Again, patience is the name of the game here. And honestly, I think I've said this before, I don't remember. If after this week I'm taking time off from charting for a week or two, letting whatever holiday mayhem happen, and then I'll come back with a clear head. There's no reason to be trading this chop. There's no reason to be trading leverage with this chop. And especially, a lot of degens, don't use stop losses. And honestly, you deserve to get liquidated. You have to use a stop loss. You have an invalidation level, and that is your stop loss. For spot, it's different. For spot, your high time frame invalidation can be different. So for me, I've cut a couple of plays out because I did not like how they looked, and good thing I did. Now I'm underwater in some of the plays that I currently gave, but I do think that those plays that I'm holding are going to run, whereas the other ones I had higher averages. Cut them, can get in lower if I want to, but you have to be able to say goodbye to losers early. I don't care how much money you have invested in it, it's going to be painful, but would you rather lose $200 to $300, for example, or would you rather have it go another 20-30% lower, and now you have a bigger loss than the 200, 300. Now you have like $1,000 loss or whatever. So you have to be okay with saying goodbye to losers early. You can always make the money back, unless you have all your money in meme and low cap coins. Then at that point, just go do just go fill out an application at McDonald's and flip burgers. All right. High caps and higher cap coins should be your focus in this market, and not be so tied up to low cap and meme coins. And I'm gonna tell you from experience, right? Like, they're not gonna make you. You can have a small amount of allocation in the meme coins. They'll make you a good amount of money. But if you have all your money in meme coins, then you need to understand risk management. So that's Bitcoin. Okay. I'm not talking about cycle tops until this 85K level is lost. But until then, we're going to play this range. I would not suggest leverage trading for the next couple of weeks. That's just me. You can do you. Leverage traders should be experienced scalpers right now. If you're not a scalper, if you've never experienced leverage at this magnitude of how we are about to handle this next few weeks, If you've never touched leverage, you will get liquidated. It's just pure truth. And I will always tell you the truth no matter how hard it is, because a lot of people won't. So that's Bitcoin for you. I won't be covering alts. This is the range, and we're going to play the range until broken, but nothing on the charts look good. This, honestly, like, this does want to go lower, but you can't open shorts right now because we are very close to support and we are on this trend line, so it doesn't make sense to short right now. If you've missed the move, you have to sit patiently. All right, so that's the micro analysis that I have on Bitcoin. It's going to be a little bit choppy, like I said. So I will see you guys Sunday with a proper update on the market and the coins that I'm interested in. Until then, good night to the bears only.